Hello everybody, welcome to Just Ask Momo, and today's letter goes like this. Hi Momo, first of all, I'd like to say I love your videos. I can say I have watched every single one of them, and after I did, I felt on top of the world, like I've been born again. Kind of hard to explain, but I hope you get the gist of things. I've been bullied since I was 5 years old. I'm now 18 and still kind of get it till this day. Here's the thing. Can I handle bullies? People who try and bring you down, people talking the piss out of you. A family member of mine always tries to put me down, saying and making me look like a fool in front of everybody because she knows I have trouble speaking sometimes. Thank you, Ben. I'm sorry you're going through this. Bullies can be quite the phenomenon, especially if you've been going through it from a young age and now you're hitting the age of 18, and that is a determining number for you. Why don't we sit down and analyze the different kind of bully situations and see if we can make some sense of this stuff. I'm going to label 3 kinds of bullies. We have the mental bully, we have the family bully, and we have the physical bully. Let's talk about those mental bullies that you were first talking about. These mental bullies are people that you probably see at school, friends, so-called friends, or people who, you come in contact with every day. People who aren't happy with themselves. Well, don't expect them to be happy for you, because it's not going to happen. A lot of these people, especially at that age, they're rubbing off their unpositive hormones and letting it just fly around the neighborhood, bouncing off of other positive people to try and bring them down because they are not happy with who they are. That is where my theory comes in of what I always say: invest in yourself and get rid of these motherfuckers if they ain't doing anything for you. They won't be crying at your funeral. You don't need them, because every second that you waste on these guys and letting them mentally assault you is another second that you are wasting on not doing something for yourself. Priorities, buddy. This is what I'm talking about. Let's talk about family bullies. The family bully situation is a whole other ballgame. Family is supposed to be your family. Family is somebody that you're supposed to be able to go to when you're at the lowest point in your life. Somebody you're supposed to be able to trust. People that are your skin, your blood, your ancestors. And damn, sometimes these are the guys that are gonna fuck you up even more than somebody you don't even know. That could be a problem. What I say in that situation, you got to be able to look at this in a whole different way. Let me explain. I think one of the things you got to do is when this happens is you got to look at that person in your family and you got to say, is that person happy? Do I want to be like that person? Are they married? Do they have a great relationship? I don't think so. Anybody who's going around bringing other people down, well, they haven't figured themselves out and they got a major complex. One of the tricks that I do, I use those things for major inspiration. When I'm stuck in a situation like that, I kind of pretend that I'm watching some kind of whack TV show. You kind of sit back, you zone out, you just look at all the incoming information, the conversations, what they're thinking, how they're moving, how they're talking, and understand and realize that that stuff means shit. It actually becomes very informative and extremely inspiring. I have gotten some of my greatest ideas for scripts and moods and songs and titles from true life experiences. Things I've seen people say and do that are just so bloody unreal. You have to say to yourself, do I subscribe to that bullshit? Or do I look at that from an outsider and say, wow, this is information? Shit, I would have had to pay a bunch of writers to come up with that kind of scenario because that dude is an entire character and I can't believe he does that shit in real life. Then we have the physical bully. The physical bully is a whole other situation. I can tell you that I've always used my mind and my words in order to get me in and out of situations, which I think is the strongest asset and the strongest weapon that anybody can ever have. Let's talk about a couple of tricks if you're ever in a physical bully situation. In the olden days, you'd have no choice but to get up and fight. I don't encourage fighting, so we will go to a more modern approach of how we can deal with a bully. These days, we have technology. One of the greatest weapons is your cell phone. It's amazing how a cell phone can actually terrify people. Tell you how. Guy's coming up to you and he's gonna start messing with you. Well, it's very simple. You just pull out your camera on your cell phone, making a little movie of this guy threatening your ass, and then you flip it open and you say, look, dude, I am calling the cops right now. Let's say the guy turns around and gets pissed and grabs your cell phone and smashes it. Well, guess what? You can still call the cops and now you can file charges because this guy went out and messed with your personal property. I will give you the last resort trick. If you're ever gonna get the shit kicked out of you in a bully situation, there's really one way out. You're gonna have to become an actor. You need to fall to the ground. You need to bounce around like you're goddamn having a bunch of convulsions, foam coming out of your mouth, roll your eyes in the back of your head, bounce there a few times and then pass out. Hopefully, these guys will get the message because they think they did enough to you. That is what I consider to be the last resort way to pull yourself out of a stunt like that. Hopefully, we're never going to go in those kind of directions. Be strong, dude. You do not have to subscribe to people being bullies. Those are not the kind of people you want to be with in your life anyways. Go out, choose carefully, and if it ain't working for you, switch crowds. There's nobody else to go to in those days because you're in a small neighborhood and you're in a small school or whatever it may be. Well, guess what? Spend less time with those people and a little more time on developing yourself. Believe me, your new craft and your newfound joy will automatically attract those amazing people that you're looking to get in your life. And the bullyism will never happen again. I hope that helped. Thank you so much for watching Just Ask Momo, and peace out.